Hey everybody, GC13 here. Season 3 of The Owl House starts in just 1 week, and while the first order of business is how Luz and her friends will get back to the Boiling Isles, eventually they're going to have to contend with the Collector and free his new best friend, King. If you just scratch the surface, they might initially seem like quite an odd pair. I mean, yeah, sure, King only agreed to go to the Collector to save his real friends, and there was that whole nasty business about what the Collector did to the rest of King's species, but that's nothing compared to what they have in common. Seriously though, they are both very young members of their species, or at least we can guess the Collector is, who are trapped on the Boiling Isles with none of their kind around to support them. King's story we know all too well, but how long was the Collector trapped before Phillip found him and decided to use him in the ultimate witch hunt? That's not the parallel that interests me though. What interests me is where I think their stories are going. I don't know what word you would use to describe the Collector, but I think tyrant does a pretty good job. He's a powerful, reality-warping being, and I can't imagine that the people of the Boiling Isles are going to have many choices beyond give the kid what he wants and bad things happen. He's a scary, scary kid. And he earns that fear so naturally. What King always craved, what he would go to great lengths to receive, the Collector will get just by being himself. King isn't going to be jealous, though, because he's moved past all that. You see, before the Day of Unity, King's story reached a new peak in its drama. Through his friendship with Luz, he slowly found something better than power, and after his identity as a Titan was discovered, it took some getting used to, but in a powerful scene, he decided he didn't want to be feared anymore. Now, I've been wrong predicting parallels in character arcs before, but King and the Collector are certain to have a pretty big role in the final season, and if we're checking in with them regularly, it's going to be because there's a story there to tell. I think Luz has struck out on befriending Bellows. She couldn't make Odalia care, and the only reason Kikimora helped them in the end was because she had been discarded by Bellows. Call me a Steven Universe fan if you will. I mean, I am. But I think that means that the Owl House is due to have a villain be redeemed by the power of friendship, and that means the Collector. Right now he just views King as a recalcitrant playmate, but they're going to be spending a lot of time together. Luz was just a source of belly rubs and head scratches for King at first, but as he spent time with her, he grew to think of her as family. Who's to say that the Collector couldn't start to think of King as a real friend? From there, we get into uncharted waters. Yes, the Collector could start to learn empathy for others through caring about King. A growing sense of empathy for Luz was an important part of King's own journey. But King had a real crisis when he met the Titan Trappers, and we just don't know enough about the Collector to imagine what a similar crisis for him might look like. Perhaps unlike King, we get to meet the Collector's real family, and they're just as callous as he is right now, except he's grown, and they haven't. It would be an interesting way to work in a family angle to keep the parallels as close as possible. Whatever crisis he faces, though, King will have to help the Collector get through it. Then the Collector will be able to think long and hard about what others mean to him, and realize that he doesn't want people to see him as a big scary monster anymore. We can hope, anyway. It'd be hard to have a sad ending with a reality warper on your side, and the Owl House's 3rd season getting cut down is sad enough. We deserve a happy ending, and while it's going to be tough to get there, I think King has it in him. What do you guys think? Will the Collector's emotional journey follow King's? If it does, who will be his Steve? Let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more cartoon videos.